I just heard recently of a vet clinic that was robbed.
What?
Yeah, and they wanted the opioids, so the staff gave them a couple bottles of apomorphine.
Oh, that must have been a good time.
Today is just a typical busy morning. Fridays are always crazy for us, so we've got a bunch of surgeries in today, some more surgeries that are being booked, and then a whole slate of appointments. And it's nice to have the whole team together. So we're running on all cylinders, but it is a busy day because it's Friday.
I'm just neutering him. Cody's just telling stories about his life and just chilling and just floating.
An 11-year-old golden retriever that has been vomiting, and we are ultrasounding her to screen for tumors, just to see if potentially what's happening. It's a foreign body in the stomach, or if she has an obstruction because of a tumor or a foreign body. We just want to kind of screen her for that, and depending on what we see, we might have to go in the abdomen and explore and finding what's going on with her. Sometimes we don't have like full answers, but if we can change the animal's life and we can improve it, that's pretty much what I think this is all about sometimes.
This little nugget here ate some grapes. Grapes are toxic to dogs, so we are going to induce vomiting using a product called apomorphine. We're going to give it to him IV, and we'll see if we can get up all his grapes. Other than that, he's perfectly healthy. So, bad foods for dogs include grapes, raisins, garlic, avocado, xylitol gum, and like a whole bunch of different plants. So we usually will get several vomits out of them, and then if they continue to vomit over and over and over again, then we'll give them an anti-nausea medication to make them feel better, and we send them home. The thing they think was a starburst. Starbursts aren't great for dogs, but they're not the worst either. So they're just now going to monitor over the next couple of days. As long as he's peeing and pooing normally, eating and drinking normally, normal energy levels, then he's okay. But if he does seem to be off, then they'll take him into a merge clinic and do blood work and follow that up.
So it's this mass there. The tissue just looks different than the adjacent architecture.
Like I would remove the spleen for sure. Like I would go with the idea of removing the spleen.
I know.
Because I wouldn't want to leave that there until it leaves. So Mel's gonna have a really fun surgery today. So splenic mass, there's a little nodule in the liver, a little bit of an adrenal enlargement. The left adrenal gland is enlarged, and some changes in the left kidney, which is kind of what Margot had. Okay. Seen no changes in the plan, and then the stomach has some fluid in there, so we just have to throw away. Okay. But it's like apparently ileus.
It's just a neuter site that the skin around it died and got infected. So we're just removing all the necrotic tissue, and I'm going to close it again. But you can see all this tissue's dead. Oh, yeah. All the purple. So
how does that?
It had a skin infection, or a contact allergy on its belly, and then it was licking. So it was secondary to licking probably, and got infected and then died. There was pus and stuff. It was all caked, covered. We just pulled all the scabs off. So they had noticed that it looked really yucky. So this is 2 months later. So it shouldn't really do this.
That far out.
Yeah, that far out. Usually it's within 2 weeks. So normally with the neuters we do intradermal sutures, buried sutures. This I'm gonna do not intradermal, outside, just so that we remove them so it's in 2 weeks, so it's less of a point of irritation.
Valentine's, he's the dermatologist dog. She adopted him from a not so great situation. He has a cleft palate, so he needed some, you know, some special surgery, and she was okay to pay for it, and so then she kept him. Yeah.
And then he broke his leg.
And then he's recovering. He's actually 3 weeks post surgery. Look at him. Look at that. You wouldn't even tell.
You're crazy.
You great boy.
He loves you so much.
He does. I know.
Does he love Dr. Valentine that much?
He does. Even more than he loves me.
He wants a surgery where you cut open your skin and you make a little joey pouch for him, and he can just get sewn into your skin. Are you holding off?
Yeah, I'm holding off.
What, are you gonna roll it, or are you gonna hold up there by his elbow?
Fine this morning.
Kind of funny that now he's blaming Brie.
Good.
Yeah, go figure.
Keep holding the leg. I need his blood pressure super high.
Should have went on my pee break before this.
Yeah.
You should feel fortunate you can pee, unlike your poor dog who's never drank water before. Do you think his blood's like molasses too?
I heard that his mom doesn't give him water.
I think it's clotting.
Your license, right, Cody?
There it is. Nice and juicy.
Okay, first attempt. You're very good. I'm sorry about your owners. I'm sorry. He needs a dental too. Does he just like chew on bars all day? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. X-ray to check and make sure he doesn't have any bladder stones or kidney stones, and we'll do follow-up urinalysis later. So his urine was really concentrated, so it's not shocking he has a bunch of crystals, but since he's one of the employees, we just do everything. We gotta rule out, make sure he doesn't have a big stone in his bladder. Okay. So he's got a really, really full stomach.
Oh, so at least I feed him.
Lots of gas. Is that a Hot Wheels?
Oh, shut up.
Not seeing any stones in the kidneys. There's nothing radio opaque. So no signs of stones. 100% normal. So we're just going to follow up on his urinalysis. So we'll see what his cortisol levels are, rule out Addisonians, and then if that's all normal, then we'll talk about, you're going to follow UA, and then if he still has crystals, then you're going to have to put him on an SO diet.
Oh, you know, Peter's already on a special diet, so I'd rather not. God,
Do you want him to
I'm
get
stuck
stones?
here forever.
Do you want him to get?
No.
That's my employee retention program. I make sure they have dogs
Make sure the
because
dogs
they
have
never leave.
problems.
No, I just make sure they have dogs in general.
And then you tell them they need to be on a science diet.
We are removing baby teeth. So by now he should have had those baby teeth gone. Like his permanent teeth are already erupted, so he should never have a set of permanent and baby teeth at the same time. So we are removing the retained baby teeth. And he just got neutered. So we're using the fact that he was anesthetized a few minutes ago to remove this at the same time. So if he keeps it, if he's just gonna build up more calculus. I'm gonna cut from here to here. Go not too far. I would go this much. Like here to here. That's tiny.
Just
YOLO. YOLO. Yep. We're gonna let's see what we find before we have a dog fully open. We're just gonna stitch it. We're just side to side. I know.
Oh my gosh.
Just don't worry.
Oh,
we don't have
YOLO.
a surgery. We don't have a surgery cell thingy here.
We don't need it.
That's what I mean. We don't want to do crazy.
Let's go crazy. I'm feeling crazy today.
I see that. Wow.
Well,
I feel
I'm
like
getting more
super
confident.
conservative.
Yellow.
We were trained in our internship, and you can back me up on this, Rachel. If you don't feel comfortable cutting the whole abdomen open, you should not be doing an X lab.
We might not need that big of an incision. So let's just start there, and then we're gonna go little by little, see what we find. Do you feel the spleen?
Yeah.
Do you think you can expose the spleen there, or do you think we have to go much more caudally? Could feel big?
No.
Yeah, so it's large then,
Yeah.
I would say. So yeah, the spleen extends pretty caudally.
Yeah.
It's quite large, and I can feel already a lump in there. Let's get that stomach out.
We're gonna cut into the stomach and see what this object is.
What is it?
It's a bag, I'm guessing. Feels like a Ziploc bag. So just one poke and then scissors. No.
Yeah.
Extend. You have a good
yes.
visual. Now
Good.
use your clamp.
It's a bunch of grass.
Is it grass?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, wait.
He was right. Is it a bunch of dirt?
It's like
It
straw.
looked like sand, hey? Dirt and grass.
I wonder how long that's been there, hey? For sure this would be causing an obstruction, for sure.
Also kind of makes sense that she couldn't vomit it up. We took all the stuff out of the stomach. So now we're closing it up so we can move on to the rest of the surgery.
Thanks, Mel.
Sorry, that was really sassy.
I'll leave the sassy bit.
You're like, okay, Mel, thanks.
Okay, so since everything is pretty stable, I think we should move on to splenectomy. That's the one you don't want to ligate.
Which one?
Yeah, this big guy. These are the little guys
Oh
that
my
we're gonna
God, we're gonna do all of those? Yeah. Yeah, it smelled bad.
Looks like silage.
It looks like hay.
Can you see the lesions on the spleen?
Yeah.
be quite large, actually, but doesn't look too bad. Good. Doesn't look like a hemangiosarcoma. Yeah, and even like how big the spleen is, I'm sure that wasn't helping the situation. Like I think that's probably the reason why she couldn't. Like she had
Pass all the straw?
Yeah. I think that she started eating the straw because she felt like crap. Like, I think
Maybe
she's-
give her pica.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like she had ileus and then pica and then.
We're making sure all of our stitches are holding. We're checking for bleeding, and then that's it.
Looks really good. Tight.
Beauty.
Okay. Let's do one last
Swipe through?
swipe through and then make sure there's like no instrument.
Alright, close.
Start closing.
Wow, this is really the best outcome that she could have asked for.
It is.
She didn't have a mass in her stomach, and it just ended up being a bunch of grass, which we took out. If she had a mass in her stomach, it would probably have not been something we could have just taken out. And then she had a relatively small mass on her spleen that wasn't even big enough to have been anywhere close to rupturing, and there was no sign of any spread anywhere in her abdomen. So pretty much best case scenario. Holding the giant spleen! So much smaller now that it's out!